what's up, guys? I'm on my way to meet with Sid. I'm pretty sure most of you know him. I think he drives I want to say a 9th gen Honda Civic SI. And everyone tells me he's pretty much the guy to go to when it comes to K-Series. But I'm not going to say too much. Let him explain everything he's done to his car. Let's go.
All right, so of course this is my 2012 Civic SI. Bought it brand new September 2011. I've had it the whole time. It's gone through several different stages. First thing we did was full bolt-ons. I got rid of that and decided to go turbo. That was awesome. Car made lots of power, but for my daily driver, which it still is, it was too much as far as the transmission goes. Went through 2 transmissions and 3 clutches in a year. That got too expensive, so we went back to full bolt-ons. But this time I added a RBC intake manifold, so it's still fun. On race gas, on the turbo was a 5862. On 14 pounds, it made 550 horsepower at the ground. It was a lot of fun. I never got to make a pass on that though. Most I made a pass on was 450, and I ran 11.7 at 123. So it was a lot of fun. It's not near that fast anymore, but it's a whole lot more drivable.
Yeah.
Now it's got Coney adjustable shocks, H&R sport springs. I've got adjustable camber front and back, Motegi 18 by 8.5 wheels. I've got RBC intake manifold, PRL adapter plates. I've got PRL cold air intake. It's 3.5-inch piping. I've got Ultimate Race 3-inch catless downpipe. It's an integrated exhaust manifold car. And I've got NVIDIA Q300 catback. So it's full exhaust, full intake, and my personal tune, Carter Motorsports.
So, that guy.
It's fun. iPad in the dash to show me all my gauges and everything. So that's pretty much it for now. It's never done.
So if you had to put an estimate on how much you spent.
The current setup I did for way cheaper than anything else I've done, just for the sole fact I got smart and the cars are a little older now, so I got used parts. I probably have, motor-wise, $1,000 maybe, not including the tune. I'll do a little pull for you guys real quick. About 215 horsepower, 170-75 foot-pounds of torque with the mods that are on it right now. Of course, all the ignition timing and fuel and the cam timing's all optimized. So not only that, but driving it like I do, even in the city, I'm still getting 26 miles a gallon. So if I were nice to it, it'd go up another mile or 2 to the gallon. If I was just on the highway, I get 35, 36. So it does everything I want it to. Still rides good. So,
man, the suspension, you can tell the suspension's nice.
Yeah, it soaks up the bumps, but it still handles good. It controls the body real well. So it's a good daily driver, fun setup, which is exactly what I wanted.
Yeah.
And this is the suspension all the way loosened up. It can go quite a bit stiffer. So if you want to autocross or take it to the track day or whatever, it can do it all. The turbo setup, anybody that wants to do turbo, it's a lot of fun, makes a lot of power. Stock block, by the way. Nothing touched in the motor, never even had the valve cover off of it, except to paint it. Let me go back, I painted it. But the turbo setup, I had about $12,000 in the car. So, and that includes suspension and tune and twin disc clutch and all the madness. The turbo kit by itself wound up taking me a solid, like, actual work time, 24 hours to install it. That's just the turbo kit. So
just to install, that includes tapping for oil and everything?
Actually, no tap for oil. I used the oil drain plug, and I got a AN fitting that fit inside there, and ran the turbo drain back into the drain plug, so you didn't have to drill any holes, no tapping, nothing like that.
So if you ever wanted to take it off, you were good.
Yep, the car is. If you were to look at the engine bay, you'd never know the car was turbo. You could look in there, get under it, look around, you'll never see anything, no sign of a turbo ever. Unless you know, well, it's still got the all the heat wrap and heat shielding on it from where I had the turbo, but I mean, that doesn't mean I had a turbo.
So when everybody say you the guy to come to, you really are that guy to come to. Like, man, I'm telling you, man, every time I said something, everybody says Sid.
That's cool. I can appreciate that.
Man, hey, when you practice your craft, man, everybody get to recognize, man, for real.
Right. Yeah. I still can't decide what I want to do with that K series. I hope I figure out something fun for it. And I guess once I get I got an EF hatch. Once I get that rolling, we'll have to do this with it too.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Got to.
That car is going to be the race car now. I took the motor out of my Integra, which was already a B20 VTEC. Block guard was the only thing I did to that rotating assembly wise, and I'm hoping to have it around the 550 range before it's all said and done. And of course, EFs weigh nothing, so it should be fun. And the exhaust note in this car, it makes a little bit of noise, so you know it's there. But cruising, there's really no drone. You can't really hear it when you're just going down the road cruising. Get into sixth gear, 45 miles an hour, it kind of disappears.
Yeah. And not to say I have anything against the fart can, I don't, but it's good not to have that.
Yeah, and in the daily driver especially, you know, it gets old.
Yeah, real quick.
The fart cans, the loud exhaust, I should say, they sound good when you're wide open throttle. Other than that, they kind of get on my nerves.
Exactly.
Even the hatchback, I just put a full 3-inch exhaust with an actual muffler on it. It doesn't have a straight through can or nothing like that. It's, believe it or not, I put a MagnaFlow 3-inch on it.
Sounds good for you, don't it?
Yeah, it sounds good to me. The car sounds just like it did before I put the exhaust on it when it was open and everything, but it's subtle now. It's not unbelievably loud. It didn't change the exhaust note of the car at all. So, supposedly now, the factory muffler on this car, or I guess the factory exhaust, was tuned by Yamaha for sound, like Yamaha instruments and stuff.
Yeah.
Supposedly they did the factory exhaust that was on this car. It didn't sound bad, but far too quiet.
you know, we like a little noise.
Yeah, you can't leave it stop.
I think that's just a regular guy thing, though.
Yeah, shoot, that's usually the first thing that goes is the factory muffler.
Exactly. Gotta make no. It don't matter what kind of car you in.
And that was actually the very first thing I did to this car. Is I kept the factory muffler but deleted the resonator just to make it a little louder. I tried pulling the muffler off first and it sounded ridiculous, so I was like, no, let's not do that.
And the first car I had was a Nissan Altima.
Yeah.
And that was the first thing I did was the exhaust. And like you said, it wasn't loud enough. I was like, man, how do I make it louder? I was young though.
Right.
And I was like, how do I make it louder? So a friend of mine owns a muffler shop. And he was like, you know, that resonator make it quieter too. I said, well, cut that off. He cut it off, and I was like, oh yeah, I love that. I really love that. And then, you know, my next was like the intake, you know, little simple stuff that I could do at 16. Wasn't too much I could do. So
I know the feeling.
Yeah, so you know, rims, carbon fiber hood. I was like, okay, LED kit.
Right.
You know, just
in there.
Yeah, just little points. But you know, but over time, you always make your car your own, just something you love.
Yeah, this is my, I think, 5th Honda. First one was a 02 Civic EX 4-door. The slowest car I've ever owned, by the way. But I thought it was fast at the time. It was lowered like 5 inches. It was slammed. I had 18 inches on it. It was tug and wheel.
Did you have scrape issues?
Absolutely. That exhaust was some eBay whatever. It sounded good, but after a while it was flat from the front to the back all the way. It wouldn't scrape through or nothing, but it was flat.
Oh yeah, from banging.
Oh yeah. You couldn't go over a speed bump without I first lowered my Integra, my second one, I've had two, it was lower than I wanted it. Like, I didn't try to make it super low, but it was so low that if the road was, I guess, rutted, and it was not in the middle, that my exhaust would scrape in the center where it was rutted.
And that noise.
It was that low. Every time I saw ruts, I had to go one wheel on top of the center.
Yeah, I understand that. Don't let it rain.
No, you're doomed. And that was one of the things I was kind of worried about on this car, being the daily driver, having that cold air on it. But it's got the splash guard. I've never had any issues. Another local 9th gen guy has a similar intake, but his is mine's an old filter. His is a dry filter. And he was on the interstate, hit a big puddle on the highway, and car cut off.
Sucked all the water in.
Yeah, he limped it over to the side of the road, pulled the intake off the throttle body, and there was water droplets around the inside of the throttle body.
That ain't never good.
Well, he dried it out, cranked it up, and it was misfiring all the way. He was going to work, misfiring all the way to work, and he said he got it there, cleaned it all up. I think he changed the spark plugs, and it was fine, thank goodness. But needless to say, after that, we brought it to the house and we built him a dry box for his filter.
Yeah.
So
keep it safe.
Yeah. He said he hadn't had any problems so far. He said his intake temps actually came down a little more. So, pretty cool. I still haven't done that to mine. The old filter, I think, helps a little bit.
Yeah.
Where it is, I mean, you can't, unless you drive off in a freaking river, I don't think you're at any risk of sucking up water, but I guess the splash from his.
Yeah.
What is that?
Like a hubcap from a truck.
It's not really that everywhere.
Yeah. Oh, and that's another issue with a low car. You hit anything in the road.
It doesn't matter what it is.
Anything.
The only problem I've ever had with this exhaust wasn't a flow issue necessarily, but when I was turbocharged, the whole thing all the way back would get ridiculously hot. Like, you couldn't touch the exhaust tip without it burning your hand.
Damn.
That was, after a highway trip or doing a couple pulls or whatever, building boost, not happy. It flowed good. I mean, same exhaust, made 500 and something horsepower, so can't fault it.
You ever shoot flames?
Oh, absolutely. Every time it shifted, it wide open throttle. The Honda allows me to do wide open throttle shifts, so you never have to take your foot off the accelerator.
Yeah.
When you press the clutch pedal, it cuts timing for just a second, so it gives you enough time to shift.